Good morning to those who will listen. Actually, good afternoon. I forgot my phone. Get the stupid song. And now it's going to work. All right, hold on. Having technical difficulties. I was setting this up early, too. Trying to get this. I've been trying to get this one video, one song ready to go, and it is taking forever to load. All right. To go. Okay, sounds like it's working. I'm showing 2 here. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's going to work now. All right. So today we're going to continue on with Genesis. This is part 3. We're going to go through Genesis 27 through 38, and then tomorrow or the next day, finish off Genesis. Tomorrow I have to get up early in the morning, and then I have a massage at 10 in the morning. And I believe it's going to be an hour. It might be an hour and a half, to try to work out all these kinks in my neck and the shoulders. So I'm not going to do it at noon, that's for sure, tomorrow. But there's a possibility I could do it later, just depending on how I feel. A lot of times when I get a massage, I'm not feeling too good for that same day, and then the next day I feel better. So we'll see how that goes with that. But okay, I think we got the song ready to go, so we can say a prayer, and then we can get into Genesis 27. And remember always to, if you have any questions or you want to comment, discuss something that's being read, please say something, and we will definitely go over it and discuss it. I'm not guaranteeing that I will be able to answer any questions, but we can definitely discuss it. And then if there's something that is read and you know what it means, please comment. Sorry, that's somebody's calling me. I do not know who that is, so we will not answer it. All right, sorry about that. And welcome and God bless everyone that is here. And I usually always, if you post a comment, I will definitely say, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. God bless you. But anyone, there's some people don't like to comment, so that's fine too. But you still get the blessing. So God bless you for being here. And it's going to be a hard, long task to do the whole Bible, but I am mentally committed. I'm hopefully physically going to be able to make it through, God willing, to get through all these books in the Bible. So let's say a prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, Yeshua, we thank you for another opportunity to come together as brothers and sisters in Christ, to study your word, to discuss your word. And we ask for truth and discernment in all that we read. Please let us understand what we are reading, and please let us understand the possible different translations that are being that are written in this case, the King James version that was translated in 1611. Please let us be able to understand what you are saying in this, whether it's being translated differently or not. Please give us that understanding. We ask for healing. We ask for strength. You know everyone's hearts and everyone's needs. So heal them according to your will. And please strengthen everyone and bless everyone that's here. and just fill them with the Holy Spirit, the full armor of God. Let us all get something out of this, of what we're reading. This is your holy word, and we are supposed to read it, so we are doing it. And we're doing it with a joyful attitude. We thank you for everything you're doing in our lives. Keep us strong. Keep us courageous. Keep us at peace with no fear. With everything that's going on in the world, we know that you're in control. So you will take care of everything, no matter how scary everything gets. And we know that we will get scared, so please just calm us. And just let us know that no matter what happens, you are there for us. So we thank you for everything that you're doing. In your precious name, amen. Okay. So I always like to start off with a song. So let's see if we can get this song to work. And I always like to put the lyrics in there too, so everybody can read too. I think it has more of an impact. And are you going to play? Please play.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, you say I love you when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have every victory. Oh, you say I love when I can't
Wow, it actually played all the way through without any interruptions. That was nice for a change. I always like to throw a song and get us inspired and get us ready to get into the Word. All right. So this is part 3 of Genesis. It takes quite a bit of time to read through all this, so we have to divide it up. So I don't want to go too long. You know, the first one went 2 hours. The second day went an hour and 45, and this one's probably going to go an hour and a half. So I don't like to make it too long. People get bored or people get tired. You know, I don't want that to happen. So we'll just read certain parts. And for some reason now this needs to load again. I don't know why. What happened? Did it work? It didn't work. What's going on? Let's try that again. All right, is it working? I'm going to wait till it appears on my screen on the phone to make sure. Okay, looks like it's switching over. Okay. All right, so are we ready? Again, nobody's commented yet, so I'm pretty sure that we can still hear. Let me make sure I'm still going. Yeah, nobody's commented yet. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that. So it sounds like the audio is working. I'm hoping that you guys can hear and see everything that's here. If you want, throw a comment, say, yeah, everything's working fine. But I'm pretty sure it's working. It would be terrible if it was just dead air and you couldn't hear nothing. I'm going to continue on as if you guys can see and hear everything perfectly well. All right. If not, if you cannot hear, let me put this in there, just make sure. Hi, everyone. God bless everyone. If you can hear and see the screen, say hallelujah. And if you can't hear anything at all, please say something. There. All right, so just in case. But I would hate to be talking this whole time and then can't hear a thing. That would be awful. So I'm just going to hope that if I don't hear nothing either way, nobody says nothing, then I'm guessing that everything's good. And then if somebody says something that's not, then I don't know. But here we go. Chapter 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am. And he said, Behold now, I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Why that's important, I don't know. Laura, welcome. God bless. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I just wanted to make sure everybody can hear and everything. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. I only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought him to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless thee. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. One of those stupid calls from like your auto warranty has expired, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm going to go back. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of it all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, It is not he rightly named Jacob, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he taketh away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away. Until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? Notice how some sentences begin with lowercase letters. Notice how some sentences begin with lowercase letters. Where's this at? I don't see it at the beginning of each verse. Let me look and see in the middle of the sentences. Let's go back to the beginning one as well. All right, so here's verse 1. It looks like that's all one sentence there. I'm not seeing that yet. There's a lot of lowercase in the middle of a sentence with a semicolon. Or colon even. See, they're extending it. Like he went out and fetched and brought them to his mother. That should end the sentence, but it looks like there's a colon. And then it continues on. Verse 27, Heth. See, I don't think I've heard of it either, but I, again, don't remember because it's been so long since I've read Genesis. So that's a one that I'm not sure, but I will definitely add it to the list. We're on 27, aren't we? Yep, 27. Is that right? I don't see the small case letters, though. Everywhere there's a period, I see uppercase letters starting the next sentence. But there's a lot of colons in there. I went past 27. No, it's not 27. Verse 27? Verse 27 is... That's not where Heth is, and it looks like it's a fine... it looks like it's a sentence that... I'm not seeing lowercase letters. All right, let me find where Heth is. Heth is way down the end here. It takes forever to scroll. Come on, scroll. Where's Heth? There it is. Daughters of Heth. 46. That's actually, I think it's the only one. Heth is right there in 46, right there at the end. You see it? Oh, you gotta remember to scroll up a little so it doesn't get blocked out by the banner there. What's going on? It's still being blocked? Can't be being blocked. Okay, it's just I'm behind on this. Come on. It's behind. There. All right, there. That's good. Okay, good. All right, so anything else on this chapter? I'm going to move on to chapter 28. Verse 33 is a lowercase starting sentence. Verse 33 is lowercase. Okay, let me look. I didn't see any. Is it starting the verse or starting the sentence? Verse 33. No, it's starting off with and it's uppercase. It said who. Unless you're talking, Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said who. That looks like it should end the sentence. And then where is he that hath taken vengeance and brought him having against him? The question mark. So it's after the question marks they're lowercase. I don't know if they're considering that like a continuation of the sentence. Yeah, to me that doesn't look right. After who it says, yeah, okay. Right, it should end the sentence after who, and then where should be starting the next sentence. Yep, you're right there. Okay. So that's 33. I'm going to write that in there too. Verse 33. Lowercase letter. I didn't see anything else. Okay. So again, look, here's one in 36. And he said, is he not the rightly named Jacob? Question mark. And then it starts 4. It looks like it's after the question marks. And a lot of these sentences looks like they should end, but they've got semicolons or colons. And there's another one, 38. Is that his father has thou but one blessing, my father? No, that looks like it. Yeah, it is starting. That one looks like it definitely starting of another sentence. Huh. So it's the question marks for some reason. It's after question marks. That's strange. Scout Hancock, welcome. God bless. There's so many instances of incorrect grammar or spelling throughout the whole Bible. Yeah, it's weird. I've never noticed it before. So this one, oops. There we go. After question marks. Put that in there. Okay. That's good to know. Huh. But it seems to be just after the question marks. All right. We'll continue on to chapter 28 and see if we see anything else. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. And again, I am going to apologize in advance for any mispronunciations of any of these people or places. And yeah, it is making a mockery of God's word. But people probably don't really notice, so that's another thing too. I'm glad we noticed, though. I'm glad you noticed that. And God Almighty bless thee, and make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people, and give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee, and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which God gave unto Abraham. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padanaram, unto Laban, son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob's and Esau's mother. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob, and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother, and was gone to Padanaram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place, and put them for pillows, and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. Jacob's ladder. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and I will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. And Jacob waked out of his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, How dreadful is this place? There's another one. Aha. So this one happens after the exclamation point. It goes to a small case letter. So we know that it's, put that after question marks and exclamation points. Oops. There we go. And he was afraid and said, How dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning and took the stone that he had put for his pillows and set it up for a pillar and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace. Then shall the Lord be my God. And this stone, which I have set for a pillar, shall be God's house. And of all that thou shalt give me, I will surely give the 10th unto thee. All right. Moving on to chapter 29. Then Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east. And he looked, and behold, a well in the field. And lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flock. For out of that well they watered the flocks. And a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And thither were all the flocks gathered. And they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone again upon the well's mouth in its place. And Jacob said unto them, My brethren, whence be ye? And they said, Of Haran are we. And he said unto them, Know ye Laban the son of Nahor? And they said, We know him. And he said unto them, Is he well? Now look at this. And he said unto them, Is he well? Question mark. New sentence, and then the capital A. And the one before that too. They're all capitalized. Now, that's interesting. And he said unto them, Is he well? And they said, He is well. And behold, Rachel his daughter cometh with the sheep. And he said, Lo, it is yet high day, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go and feed them. And they said, We cannot, until all the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth, then we water the sheep. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. And it came to pass, when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. And Jacob kissed Rachel, and lifted up his voice, and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? And there's another question mark and then starting another lowercase letter. Tell me, what shall thy wages be? The way this is written makes it harder to read. Plus, I believe some of the original names have been changed. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember, because it's been so long since I've read Genesis. But there's definitely some names I haven't heard of. But again, I can't attest to that because I don't know for sure. But I guess somebody that's read it more recently, would know. It's crazy. Mandela effects galore. And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. Tender-eyed? What is that supposed to mean? Should I look it up real quick? If it works without messing up my tender eyes. Tender eyes meaning. Tender eyes. Weak. So maybe Leah had foggy looking eyes. Tender eyes, the only thing the verse says about her. Her eyes were not striking or beautiful like her sister. Or maybe she was blind or near blind. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that all these Mandela effects are happening, which I've seen many of them already. I believe it is to deceive, everyone, and people that haven't read the Bible before will just automatically assume that that's what's always been there. It's always been written there, and then people that have read it before, they probably don't even realize it, and they think that it's the way it's always been. So it's kind of strange for sure. All right, where was we? Tender-eyed, that's weird. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. Huh? And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me? Did I not serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? A lot of trickery going on in the Old Testament. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And Jacob did so and filled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also, which is another sin, isn't it? We're not supposed to have more than one wife. And the man gave Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. And he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben, for she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction, now therefore my husband will love me. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon, or Simon. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah, and left bearing. Monarchies beginning a sentence. Okay, let's go back to 25. 25. It was Leah, and he said, yep. Yep. Did starts with a small case letter. I wonder if that was the way it was in the very beginning of Genesis, and we just didn't notice it at the beginning. Or is it just started in just these chapters now? It's probably way back too, huh? Yeah, I never got the multiple wives thing either, because throughout the Bible it says that we're supposed to cling to one wife, to one woman, or vice versa. Man, wife, wife, husband, man, woman, woman, man. Well, I know that I've read before in the past that that men of God have had multiple wives. But I always thought that was a sin, so I don't understand why God would allow that back then. And then if anybody knows that answer, please throw that in there in the comments. You mean no, it was never like this before? Do you mean that as the wives, or do you mean as the sentences starting with lowercase letters? Because you're going to make me go back and check. Go back to Genesis 1. All right, so we finished this chapter, so we'll be going on to chapter 29, or is it 30? 30. Okay, so we're going to go to 30. But I'm going to go back to 1 just to see if there's any. Actually, I'm going to go to 2 because I don't think there was any questions going on back then. In the sentences, okay. We got to find a question. There, it's scrolling a little better now. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. So that was perfect for that part. Yeah, we're not supposed to have multiple wives. Well, I'm going to move on to 3 and see if we can find. There we go. Well, no, that ended. The question mark ended the verse, so. And that ended there. Nope, look. Who told thee that thou wast naked? Question mark. And then it starts with it's uppercase. What in the world is going on? Is this for real? Any more questions? I'm talking about the more questions in here. Like in my brother's keeper. All right, here we go. Nope, here we go. There's one there. Why art thou wroth? Question mark. Although it looks like it kind of continues on. And why is thy countenance fallen? And if thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? Yeah, see? And after this question mark, it goes to a small case letter. But then over here, where is Abel thy brother? Question mark. And is capitalized. And what hast thou done? Question mark. The voice. And that's small case. What is going on? Maybe it's just BibleGate that's messed all this up. So I guess we just have to continue knowing that they have made grammatical errors. Strange. Strange. I've even seen a smile emoji in the New Testament. What? And you mean on an online version? It would definitely be funny to see us on any emoji in a Bible, an actual Bible. But unless it was like in the last 10 years, maybe. Crazy. All right, let's continue on with chapter 30. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said, and it took 4 children for her to envy her sister, and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in God's stead? Who hath withheld from thee the fruit of thy womb, of the womb? And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. That's a weird way of saying, yeah. Okay. In my physical Bible, what? Is it a newer Bible? Because it can't be back in an older Bible. That would be strange. That would be like really weird proof that they've been changed and stuff. Yeah, that's too weird. And even they made a newer Bible, but it's still the old Bible, but they just made it recently. I don't think they would add that into the Bible. That would be weird. And if they did, why would they do that? And Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, God hath judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and hath given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and bare Jacob a second son. Whoa. And Rachel said, see that weird glitch that just happened? No, it didn't show up on the phone. That was weird. And Rachel said, with great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. And Leah saw that she had left bearing. She took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife. Jeez. What is going on here? And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. Oh, wait, first I missed one. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son, and Leah said, a troop cometh. And she called his name Gad. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son, and Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest, and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy sons mandrakes. Mandrakes. Heather B. from Tennessee, welcome, God bless. It's a King James Version from 1979. See, that's impossible for an emoji to be in there. That doesn't make any sense. They aren't physically adding these changes, but they're happening supernaturally and through quantum computers. Yeah, there's got to be something supernatural for that to happen. I mean, they're not actually people coming in the middle of the night and changing it in our Bibles. So yeah, it's got to be something. Mandrakes was never in the Bible. Really? Okay, so I got to look up mandrakes. I thought mandrake was like a duck. We will look. Because I'm not sure. So this could be another Mandela effect here. Mandrake is a Mediterranean plant of the nightshade family with white or purple flowers and large yellow berries. It has a forked, fleshy root that supposedly resembles the human form and was formerly widely used in medicine and magic, allegedly shrieking when pulled from the ground. Let's see. Here's another one. What is mandrakes in the Bible? Mandragora officinalis, a strange plant, mentioned only in Genesis and Song of Songs, although it is a common plant in many parts of Israel. Often grows as a weed in wheat fields. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember mandrake either, but matrix. I've heard about matrix being in the Bible, and that's like, come on. That's not right. Okay, let me get out of that, and let's go back to mandrakes, which was Genesis 30. 14. Anybody else heard of mandrakes in the Bible? Matrix, wow. Castles. Now, castles, I could see maybe being in there because, the translation might have changed. Yeah, I think mandrakes. I never seen it before either, so I can't be sure. So that's why I'm writing it down. It's everything I'm writing down is either a Mandela effect or a possible Mandela effect. So I've been keeping track of that. Okay. So it was a crazy, strange plant. Okay, verse 15. And she said unto her, It is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband, and wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. What is going on? This is like a soap opera. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, Thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. It's like sex blackmail. Couches and bottles. Well, we know bottles. We had that earlier. Couches. Now, come on, couches can't be there. I don't even think there was couches in 1600s, which didn't exist back then. They used wineskins, not bottles. That's what I thought too. That's why we included the bottles. Couches. I want to wait to see where couches are. That's crazy. But what is the deal with this sex blackmail going on all the time? I understand, if there's a woman, a wife that can't bear children, I can understand that. But I don't. It's just, to me, it's weird. All right, where was I? And God hearkened unto Leah. See, it's just like God approved of it. So I don't know. It's weird. And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob the fifth son. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Issachar. And Leah conceived again and bare Jacob the sixth son. And Leah said, God hath endued me with good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun. And afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her, and opened her womb. And she conceived and bare a son, and said, God hath taken away my reproach. And she called his name Joseph, and said, The Lord shall add to me another son. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, Send me away, that I may go unto my own place and to my country. Carry your couch. Oh, Vincent, 52, welcome. God bless. Couches and sounds like soap opera. Oh, there's a lot of sex blackmail going on here. Blackmail sex. So, and, in the Bible, it says we're only supposed to have one wife, and we're not supposed to, and then it even says in the Bible, too, we're not supposed to marry unless the person has died. And now there's some of these people are having multiple wives, and then even handmaidens. I don't know. It's crazy. Hold on, I missed something. Yep, now it says that Jesus told the lame man to get up and carry his couch instead of his mat. Yeah, it's always been his mat. Not his couch, or his bed even, I think. Maybe it was his bed. But I remember his mat. And he'd carry his couch. Come on. There was no couches back then. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Should we be questioning this? Should we be asking for more understanding for this? Jesus, Yeshua, please show us understanding and discernment with what is being said here, because there's a lot of stuff that you don't approve of that's happening, but I'm guessing it's for a reason. So, all right, sorry. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go. For thou knowest my service which I have done thee. And the band said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry. For I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for thy sake. And he said, appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. And he said unto him, thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. For it was little which thou hast before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And the Lord hath blessed thee since my coming, and now when shall I provide for my own house also? And he said, what shall I give thee? And Jacob said, thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy flock. I will pass through all thy flock today, removing from thence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and of such shall be my hire. So shall my righteousness answer for me in time to come, when it shall come for my hire before thy face. Every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. And the band said, behold, I would it might be according to thy word. And he removed that day the he goats that were ring straked. Jeez. Ring straked. Ring straked. I've never heard that one either. Ring straked means streaked or marked with rings or circles. What? They have betwixt in here. All right, ring straked. Definition by Merriam-Webster Dictionary. All right, ring straked. It's an adjective. Marked with circular stripes. First known use of ring straked, 1568. So we know it had to have been changed with the translation. So I guess it fits the part for it being, if it was the King James Version translated that way, using that word instead of the words that they just used before, spotted and speckled. Verse 36 says betwixt. Now that's weird. And then the definition had it in there too. I think betwixt means was together or joined or something like that. All right, let me look it up just to get it for sure. Betwixt. We had that yesterday, yesterday I think it was. Betwixt and between. I think it's the same meaning. Betwixt. Disputed. Between. Dutch. How come I don't have a regular dictionary here? It's Wiktionary, Encyclopedia, Betwixt. How come we don't have a regular dictionary? That's weird. There's a Betwixt movie? What the heck? Should say between, yeah. That's what I think too. Betwixt. Come on. Yeah, between. It means between. How about betwixt? Ugh, first used. Just to see. At the aha. Both words appeared in the 12th century. Okay. The use of betwixt dropped off considerably toward the end of the 1600s. Okay, so it was there. So it could have been in the translated version. All right, sorry. Don't want to get too far off on stuff like that, but that's some crazy. And I removed that day the he-goats that were ring-straked and spotted. They could have just used speckled again, but they had to use that weird word. And all the she-goats that were speckled and spotted. See, they didn't say ring-straked there. And every one that had some white in it. And all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his sons. And he said, 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob. And Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar and of the hazel and chestnut tree, and piled white strakes in them. And piled or pilled? Because piled would be one L. And pilled white strakes in them, and made the white appear which was in the rods. And he set the rods which he had pilled before the flocks in the gutters, in the watering troughs. Oh my goodness. Oops, I forgot to write down that one. So we had, what was it? The ring straight. $35. Forgot to put the ring straight in. And now we got, what was it? I don't even know if pilled is a word. Pilled? Oops, I forgot to. Let me put the pilled in first. Pilled. 37. They had gutters? See, that's what this one now sounds like a Shakespearean play. Yeah, it's like crazy. Genesis 30. Where'd I go? I lost where it was. Gutters. 38. All right, hold on. Pilled meaning, hopefully this won't take too long. Pilled meaning, come on. It moved. Pilled fabric. I wasn't trying to. Is a surface defect of textiles caused by wear that is considered an undesirable. Is that what that means? Come on, hurry. Yep. Of knitted fabric from small balls of fluff on its surface. So it was lint balls? Oh my goodness. All right. Pilled. That's probably something that was way back then. But gutters. That's what I got to look up. Were there gutters in the 1600s? That's pilled. How to prevent and remove pilling on clothes. Use laundry detergent with cellulase to remove pilling and lint balls from your clothes. Well, they didn't have that back then. Yes, Laura, I do know that. A golden bra and girdle. Yeah, he has bosoms now. He has women's breasts. Yeah, that's a bad one. And people, seeing that would never think that it was changed, that it was always there, and that's how it would be. Um, Gutters. Gutter first use. Used. Things running a little slow now. The first recorded use of gutters date back to 1500 BC. Okay, so I guess we got to include that one in there. They were when gutters were used as an ancient toilet, directing waste away from living facilities. Okay, so that one's there, I guess so. Alice, welcome. God bless. Yeah. Nursing fathers. Jeez. All right, so let's move on. So I guess the gutters were there, even way back there. All right, where were we? And he set the rods which he had pilled before the flocks in the gutters, in the watering troughs when the flocks came to drink, that they should conceive when they came to drink. What? Huh? What was that they should conceive when they came to drink? This thing is getting weirder. And the flocks conceived before the rods. What? And brought forth cattle, ring-straked, speckled, and spotted. So they, what the heck? So now all the flocks, And Jacob did separate the lambs and set the faces of the flocks toward the ring-straked, and all the brown in the flock of the Laban, and he put his own flocks by themselves, and put them not unto Laban's cattle. And it came to pass, whensoever the stronger cattle did conceive, that Jacob laid the rods before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. And when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had much cattle, and maidservants, and men servants, and camels, and asses. Whew. Dear Lord, help us to understand. So Jacob was purposely spotting the cattle so that the master he was serving was getting the weaker cattle and he was getting all the strong cattle. A lot of trickery going on back then. In Genesis 31. Oops. And he heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob hath taken away all that was our father's, and of that which was our father's hath he gotten all his glory. And Jacob beheld the countenance of Laban, and behold, it was not toward him as before. And the Lord said unto Jacob, return unto the land of thy fathers, and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee. And Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock. And he said unto them, I see your father's countenance, that it is not toward me as before, but the God of my father hath been with me. Daniel 12:7 may explain the Bible changes. Okay. What is Daniel 12:7? I'm going to grab my Bible. Ouch.
So it's a huge issue. And I don't know, I'm happy. I mean, it's funny too that right when this whole COVID thing breaks, Netflix once again.
All right, I'm going to look it up real quick. Daniel 7. Daniel 12:7, sorry. Daniel 12:7. And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto the heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half, and he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, and these things shall be finished. Scatter the power. Yeah, I guess the one way to scatter would be to change the words of the Bible so people misunderstand it. Yeah. The Bible is the power of the saints to share the gospel message, right? And it's also part of the full armor of God, the whole armor of God. All right. So, yeah. There. And ye know that with all my power that I have served your father, and your father has deceived me and changed my wages 10 times, but God suffered him not to hurt me. If he said thus, the speckled shall be thy wages, then all the cattle bear speckled. He did it on purpose. And if he said thus, the ringstraked shall be thy hire, then bear all the cattle ringstraked. Thus God hath taken away the cattle of your father and given them to me. And it came to pass at the time that the cattle conceived, that I lifted up mine eyes and saw in a dream, and behold, the rams which leaped upon the cattle were ringstraked, speckled, and grizzled. And the angel of God spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, Here I am. And he said, Lift up now thine eyes, and see all the rams which leap upon the cattle, ringstraked, speckled, and grizzled. For I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Is there yet any portion of inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not counted of him strangers? Another lowercase, for he hath sold us, and hath quite devoured also our money. For all the riches which God hath taken away from our father, that is ours, and our children's. Now then, whatsoever God has set I should have a Marfugal thing here. Whatsoever God has said unto thee, do. And Jacob rose up and set his sons and his wives upon camels, and he carried away all his cattle and all his goods which he had gotten. Is that gotten? That's not proper English or proper grammar. The cattle of his getting, which he had gotten in Padanaram, for to go to Isaac his father in the land of Canaan. And Laban went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's. And Jacob stole away unawares to Laban the Syrian, in that he told him not that he fled. So he fled with all that he had, and he rose up and passed over the river, and set his face toward the Mount Gilead. And it was told Laban on the third day that Jacob was fled. And he took his brethren with him, and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and they overtook him in the Mount Gilead. And God came to Laban the Syrian in a dream by night, and said unto him, Take heed that thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mount, and Laban and with his brethren pitched in the mount of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, What hast thou done that thou hast stolen away unawares to me, and carried away my daughters as captives taken with the sword? Wherefore didst thou flee away secretly, and steal away from me, and didst not tell me, that I might have sent thee away with mirth, and with songs, with tabret, and with harp? And hast not suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters? Thou hast now done foolishly in so doing. It is in the power of my hand to do you hurt. But the God of your father spake unto me yesternight, saying, Take thou heed that thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad. But he just did. And now though thou wouldest needs be gone, because thou sword longest after my father's house, after thy father's house, yet wherefore hast thou stolen my gods? And Jacob answered and said to Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Peradventure thou wouldest take by force thy daughters from me. With whosoever thou findest thy gods, let him not live. Before our brethren discern thou what is thine with me, and take it to thee. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them. And Laban went into Jacob's tent, and into Leah's tent, and into the two maidservants' tents, but he found them not. Then he went out of Leah's tent and entered into Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the images, so I'm guessing these are the images, the statues of other gods. Furniture. Oh, I haven't got there yet. Oh, I'm just getting there now. Okay, now Rachel had taken the images and put them in the camel's furniture. Yeah, there was no furniture. I mean, there was furniture, but they didn't use furniture as a word back then, I don't think. There's another one that I'll have to look to see if furniture was in the 1600s. 34. Furniture. Crazy. Now Rachel had taken the images and put them in the camel's furniture and sat upon them. Camel's furniture? What would camels have furniture? Camels sit down? Stuff. Oh boy, we're getting some. You're reading ahead. All right, let's see what happened. Where was I? Searched. And the band searched all the tent, but found them not. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my lord that I cannot rise up before thee, for the custom of women is upon me. And he searched, but found not the images. And Jacob was wroth, and chode with Laban. And Jacob answered and said to Laban, What is my trespass? What is my sin, that thou hast so hotly pursued after me? Hotly? Hotly? I don't even know if hotly would have been in the 1600s. There's another one. There's so many. What's going on here? Yeah, these are more modern, as in, our last century, or even in the last few decades even. This is crazy. Genesis 36. Hotly. I already know there's another one coming. Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff. Jeez. Stuff. I'm pretty sure stuff wasn't there either in the 1600s. Are they putting this stuff in there as we're reading it? I would have doubted. I'm on another page for the dove effects. Got 2 full pages, skipping a line each in between. All right, where were we? Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff, what hast thou found of all thy household stuff? Household. Household? Household. Jeez. That's the same one, isn't it? 37. Household. I don't know. Maybe it could have been the 1600s. Set it here before my brethren and thy brethren, that they may judge betwixt us both. This 20 years have I been with thee. Thy ewes and thy she-goats have not cast their young, and the rams of thy flock have I not eaten. That which was torn of beasts I brought not unto thee. I bear the loss of it. Of my hand didst thou require it, whether stolen by day or stolen by night. Thus I was, in the day the drought consumed me, and the frost by night. Frost. Did they have frost? Frost. On first appearance. What's MK? Why is that in there? It's not. Mortal Kombat. Come on, really. The word frost. Oh, what the heck? I'm getting X-Men and Mortal Kombat. Really? All right, forget it. All right, where was I? Thus I was, the day the drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sheep departed from mine eyes. Thus have I been 20 years in thy house. I served thee 14 years for thy 2 daughters, and 6 years for thy cattle, and thou hast changed my wages 10 times. Except the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had been with me, surely thou hadst sent me away now empty. God has seen my affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight. And the band answered and said unto Jacob, These daughters are my daughters, and these children are my children, and these cattle are my cattle, and all that thou seest is mine. And what can I do this day unto these my daughters, or unto their children which they have borne? Now therefore come thou, let us make a covenant, and I and thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee. And Jacob took a stone and set it up for a pillar. And Jacob said unto his brethren, Gather stones. And they took stones and made an heap, and they did eat there upon the heap. And the band called it, oh my goodness, Jegar-Shahadutha. But Jacob called it Gilead. Yeah, let's just call it Gilead. And the band said, This heap is a witness between me and thee this day. Therefore was the name of it called Gilead. And Mizpah, for he said, The Lord watch between me and thee, and when we are absent one from another. If thou shalt afflict my daughters, or if thou shalt take other wives beside my daughters, no man is with us. See, God is witness betwixt me and thee. And Laban said to Jacob, Behold this heap, and behold this pillar, which I have cast betwixt me and thee. This heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap to thee, and that thou shalt not pass over this heap and this pillar unto me for harm. The God of Abraham and the God of Nahor, the God of their father, judge betwixt us. And Jacob sware by the fear of his father Isaac. Then Jacob offered sacrifice upon the mount, and called his brethren to eat bread. And they did eat bread, and tarried all night in the mount. And early in the morning Laban rose up, and kissed his sons and his daughters, and blessed them. And Laban departed, and returned unto his place. Genesis 31. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, This is God's host. And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks, and men servants, and women servants. And I have sent to tell my lord that I may find grace in thy sight. Just a quick note, men servants and women servants, I would consider them to be slaves, wouldn't they? I'm not trying to cause a fight or anything, but and the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels, into 2 bands, and said, If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which saideth unto me, Return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast shewed unto thy servant, for which my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of thy brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. And thou saidest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother. Maidservants. Yeah. I think we had maidservants somewhere in the beginning. Right. I was just pointing out the slavery part. I know it was well known. Maidservants instead of women servants. 31. Okay, I'm going to 14. Women servants, 5. Yeah, good one, because I almost passed that one up. Yeah, I don't remember it being called women servants. All right, going back to 14 now. 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milch camels. And is that something? No, I'm not sure. A lot of stuff I'm not sure if I should question it or not. Milch. Milch meaning milk. Okay. Why didn't it just say milk? What happened? 30 Milch camels with their colts. Milk camels. Huh. 40 kine. What is that now? Ugh. It's never going to end. There's too many words that are weird. Kine. Kine. Not kinesthetics. Just kine. Must be another animal. Cows collectively. What? Why are they? See, here's another thing. Why do they keep using different names for the same thing? Why don't they just say cows and cattle? Why are they changing it? Crazy. 30 males, camels with their colts, 40 kine and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses and 10 foals. And he delivered them into the hands of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space betwixt drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, When Esau my brother meeteth thee, and asketh thee, saying, Whose art thou, and whither goest thou, and whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, They be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, On this manner shall ye speak unto Esau when ye find him. And say ye moreover, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face. Peradventure he will accept me. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. Shouldn't foals be fowls or fowls? Foals. I was thinking foals would be the baby, the baby horses. Rock band. Horses, yeah. It's also a rock band. Those are colts. Well, a foal says a young horse or related animal of a mare given birth to a foal. So, okay. And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook. Why do they keep changing it all the time? I don't get it. A ford and a brook. What are they going to say? Stream and creek? Sent them sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone. Whoa, what happened? Did I lose you guys? It just went over. Okay, I think I'm still here, but I think I lost the... No, it's still there. Okay. It went on another tab. Ugh. And he took them, sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. What? When he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. And as he passed over Penuel, now it's changed. First it's spelled Peniel, and now it's Penuel. As he passed over Penuel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank. Wow, there's so much stuff that is crazy, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day. Because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? He wrestled with God, not power. Yeah, this is bad. I'm going to look this one up really fast. The sinew which shrank. If it lets me. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No! I think we might have a problem. How come? Oh, no. I'm getting too hot. All right. Oh, gosh. What is a sinew, for one? What is Genesis 32? The sinew sentence by Moses and Jacob's. What? All right. Sorry, I got to check this. The sinew which shrank, this translation has much authority in its favor. The sinew that became numb, the sinew that withered. I hope it's not what I think it is now. Proper name? Oh, no. Okay, hold on. It is the proper name for the large tendon which takes its origin from the spinal cord and extends down the thigh onto the ankle. Achilles, because it reaches to the heel. This was the second special ordinance imposed upon the race of Abraham, circumcision having been enjoined upon them by God, while this grew out of an historical event in the life of their progenitor, to the reality of which it bears remarkable testimony. It's an Israelite custom of abstaining from eating the muscle in an animal, corresponding to the muscle or sinew in the thigh of Jacob that was touched by God. It was regarded as sacred. This tendon is commonly supposed to be of the sciatic muscle, running from the thigh to the ankle. No mention of this practice of ritual abstinence occurs in the Levitical law, but it is referred to in the Talmud. Weird. All right. Strange. I guess we're learning something. So that's good. What did we learn today? We learned of the Sanu. We learned that they are manipulating our Bible and putting weird words to either distract us or just to change the words for mockery. All right, we are so far behind. I'm supposed to get through chapter 38 today, and we're only on 33. Whew. All right, chapter 33. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women of the children, and said, Who are those with thee? And he said, The children which God hath graciously given thy servant. Then the handmaidens, not the women servants now, then the handmaidens came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also with her children came near, and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, These are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. Lord with a lowercase L. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen thy face, as thou I had seen the face of God, and thou wast pleased with me. Wast? Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because God hath dealt graciously with me, because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure, until I come unto my Lord unto Seir. And Esau said, Let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord. Folk. So Esau returned that day on his way unto Seir. And Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built him a house, and made booths for his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in land in Canaan. It says in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padanaram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of a field, where he had spread his tent, at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. 100 pieces of money? Wouldn't it be 100 pieces of silver or shekels? And he erected there an altar and called it Elohi Israel. Strange. And we're running long, but I wanted to keep on, with the schedule, because these parts take a while, and we're already at part 3. Oh, and I hope I didn't accidentally push backwards. Yeah, I did. I accidentally hit the arrow there. Come on. Now what? No. Computer's hot. It's messing up. And now I am just buffering. What's happening over here on the phone? It's showing 34 there while I have a blank screen. That's weird. What is going on? No. Now it's unresponsive. Uh-oh. I might have to do one of several things. Actually, one of three things, I guess. I could either restart the computer, or I can try to just X out these tabs and try to start over, or end the whole thing. But we're going to get 34th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. We still got 5 chapters to go. We're running too long. All right, I'm going to get out of this and see if I can reload it back up over here. Okay, got that done at least. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, let me push share again. And hopefully we'll get back to Genesis 34. Okay. Are we on the screen? Okay, it looks like we're here again. Good. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. Damsel. Now it's a damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel, in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get your possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised, then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. Dinah in the Old Testament? I think I do. I just thought it was later in the Old Testament, but. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son, and the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Theirs be ours? More grammar that I'm not so sure about right there. Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, and that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. Wow. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all of their wealth, and all of their little ones, and their wives they took captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon, or Simon, and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? Yeah. Chapter 35. And God said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is, Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar, and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, now there's a nurse. Wouldn't that be a woman servant, a maid, a handmaiden? Crazy. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak, and the name of it was called Elon Bachuth. And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padamaram and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. Jacob is Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him, and Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone, and he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spake with him, Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath, and Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not. Who is calling me? And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was departing, where she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died and was buried in the way of Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave, unto this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edar. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Again, now we got concubine instead of another servant again. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, Simon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padanaram. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre, and unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac gave up the ghost. Here we got the gave up the ghost again. Gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. See, now when some people just died, and some people gave up the ghost and died. And I've noticed that many names have been changed to the Hebrew form. These names used to appear differently, even though the Old Testament was written in Hebrew. There's a lot of strange names, and it's crazy. But what do you think? Why is some of the people giving up the ghost and dying, while other people are just dying? And again, gave up the ghost. There was no Holy Spirit back then. I mean, there was, but it wasn't given to the people until after Jesus died and was resurrected. Am I right on that, or is that something different? I'm thinking about cutting out a little early on not early. I mean, it's been over 2 hours, but I mean early from these chapters. Maybe just try to finish that off tomorrow or the next day. But we'll go at least one more chapter. Chapter 36. Spirit came upon people back then. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you for that. I just thought it was kind of strange that some had the ghost or gave up the ghost and some either didn't or just wasn't mentioned. Chapter 36. Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughter of Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholabahama, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite. Okay, and there's all the bearings. And Esau took his wives and sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substance. Now it's substance instead of stuff. He could have took his stuff, and now it's substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob, which is Israel now, which they changed back to Jacob. Ay, ay, ay. For the riches were more than that they might dwell together. In the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau, Raul, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau, and the sons, and there was concubines, sons, and these are the sons, blah blah. And these were the sons. These were dukes of the sons of Esau. Duke. These are the sons of Esau, who was Edom, and these are their dukes. And I'm not going to go through all these because this does take a long time. And I don't think that us knowing every single name of these people is important. I don't think it's important that we know each and every name of all these people. And these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom, before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah of Basra, reigned in his stead. And Jobab died, and Husham of the land of Temani reigned in his stead. And Husham died, so now we got everybody dying. So these are all mainly just names. Queen Elizabeth can appear next in the Bible. Dukes. Yeah, dukes. Why are dukes in there? Well, dukes might have been, they might have used that in the 1600s in the translation change. But still, that's crazy. Why are they using dukes? That's crazy. Genesis 37. Huh? Maybe we can go ahead and try to finish. We're running long today. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob, Joseph, being 17 years old. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad, here we go with the lad again, was with the sons of Bilhah and with the sons of Zilpah his father's wives, and Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now it's back to Israel again, instead of Jacob. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed the dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about you, and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brothers said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obedience to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? Obeisance. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that one deserves to be on the list here. Why not just say obedience? Go back. Seven. I know, what is going on with all these words? What is going on? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here I am. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. The vale. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field, and the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? Sheaf. Sheaf. See, there's a hymn that is bringing in the sheaves. Isn't that the money? Bringing in the money? Let's shut up here. I'll see what sheaf is. I'm pretty sure. Sheaf. Sheaf meaning. A bundle of grain stalks laid lengthwise and tied together after reaping. Bundle into sheaves. Okay. Bringing in the sheaves. Huh. So I guess it was considered kind of like a money in a way, because when they sacrificed, their grains and their cattle and the sheep, and they made that as an offering. And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan, Georgia. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit. And we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. Dothan. Oh, fail instead of valley. Okay. Okay. Weird how they're changing these words, though. And it came to pass when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped. Is that even a word? Now, stripped would be STRIPPED. Stripped. What the heck? I'm sure it's a word. It's just a weird way of spelling that. I'm sure it's same as stripped. To deprive of covering, yep. To strip, deprive of clothing. Weird. No to what? Laura, what are you saying no to? Stripped. I'm going to put that in there, even though it's not actually a word. I just never seen it in the Bible before. Stripped. 36. I think I'm on 36 still, am I? Or am I on 37? I'm on 37. Yeah. 37. Whoa. About 23. Stripped. I thought stripped wasn't a word. I'd never heard of it before, but I knew it. Once I looked it up, it was probably going to be there. But yeah, that's different. All right. And it came to pass when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, The child is not, and I, whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats, and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. Son's coat or no. I forgot to put the T on the end there. Ishmaelites, yeah. This whole thing is crazy. And this is from Bible Hub. BibleGateway.com. I don't know. We can't trust. I'm wondering if some of these words are in physical Bible and not just the online version. I'm going to go to 37. Where am I at here? An evil beast hath devoured him. Where's the... No, the Ishmaelites in my Bible has the 2 E's. Weird. I think they changed all on my Bible to physical Bible. What was the stripped? What was stripped at? Stripped was 23. Stripped. Yaha! Stripped. STRIPPED. I forgot to change this one out of my Bible. Crazy. Okay. And he knew it and said, "It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without rent in pieces." And Jacob rent his clothes. Now it's back to Jacob again. And put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, "For I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning." Thus his father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard. Oh, crazy, crazy. Sorry this is running long, everyone. One more chapter. One more chapter. Chapter 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Shizib when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. Wow. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest he should give seed to his brother. What the heck? So now, why would God want someone to take his brother's wife? And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. Maximus. Welcome and God bless. Old Testament law. Captain. We're reading through Genesis, Max, and we're coming across a lot of Mandela effects, a lot of weird spellings, a lot of bad grammar, a lot of weird stuff. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted, and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hira the Abdullamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath, for she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. They too just give a lot of weird stuff, which was blessed stuff as well. Lightning. Maximus. Yeah, I was doing a lot of work. I finally finished the census, so it's been a long time since I've read the Bible. So I thought we would read the entire Bible. It's going to take many, many weeks and months, but I'm going to try to do a little bit almost every day. But it's running long. I was trying to run it from like an hour, hour and a half, and it's been 2 hours, and today is 2.5 hours. So it's running really long. So thank you for your perseverance, everybody. All right. And when Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? Ugh. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it to her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. No marriage there either. And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adullamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. Late for supper. Go for it, Max. All right. So, where was I? And then returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth, and let her be burnt. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray thee, Whose are these, the signet and bracelets and staff? And Judah acknowledged them and said, She hath been more righteous than I, because I gave her not to Shelah my son. And he knew her again no more. And it came to pass in the time of her travail, that, behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, This came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that, behold, his brother came out. And she said, How hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zara. Ooh. No, I was telling everybody to leave comments, ask questions, discuss. We've been discussing for quite a while and come up, and that's why it's taken a lot longer than it should. Well, I think these were longer chapters too, it seemed. But yeah, I want people to discuss everything, ask questions, and anything that sounds really crazy to throw out there. Scarlet thread. Demonically possessed vessels. Wow. All right, folks. Remember, folks was in the Bible too. So just recapping today, some of the possible Mandela effects. Heth. All the lowercase letters starting sentences after question marks and exclamation points. Mandrakes. Ring-straked. Pilled. Gutters. Furniture. Hotly. Stuff. Household. Women's servants, obeisance, and stripped. Stripped as in STRIPT. So some strange things are happening in the Bible for sure. It's crazy. That was my ESPN app. All right, so we will end it there. And tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I got my massage tomorrow. I don't know how my back will be doing. It's been doing better since I finished the job. I'm not driving, and that seat in my van is messed up, and it's messing my back up. Yeah, very good point there, Max. We're seeing all this stuff, and we were discussing earlier that if they're changing these words in the Bible, people that have never read the Bible will just think that those are normal. And even a lot of the Christians and people that have read the Bible before, if you have, I haven't read it in a long time, so I wouldn't know the difference. And a lot of people might not know the difference. So yeah, it's not right, man. It's not right. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to get a massage, and this will be the first time I've had a massage from a man, but there is no massage therapists in the town I'm in. I mean, there are, but it took me a while to find this guy, and then there is another woman, but apparently this guy really gets down deep into the muscles and stuff, so I'm going to trust him, I guess. Public schools are going to allow the Bible again. That's weird. All right. So sorry we went so long today. Went way over, like an hour, half hour to an hour over at least. I would like to get it down to an hour and a half if we could. So I just don't want people getting bored and tired because it's long. And I thank you guys, and God bless you for sticking around so long. That includes you, Laura and Alice, for sure. Max, sorry, but you just got here, so you don't count. No, I'm just kidding. Really? Well, I just don't want to do really long ones because I know how it is with when I'm going through videos and they're really super long. You know, it's hard to watch them when we got all this information going all over the place, and it's just hard to do. But we will do this again either tomorrow. You know, there goes my back. God willing. Otherwise, we will continue again on Thursday, and then we'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we will definitely finish up Genesis. The last part 4, will be either tomorrow or Thursday, and then we will go into Exodus after that. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing, and God bless each and every one of you. Everybody be strong in the Lord and be safe. Have a great day. And we will see you tomorrow or Thursday. Little round caps. What? Building machine systems, right? Gives a free will. Yeah, we have that free will, but yeah, it's our free will is becoming more and more manipulated. Synagogue of Satan. Right. Okay. Is there anything I missed here? Okay, good. It looks like my chat was caught up with on my phone yesterday, or was it the day before? It was all messed up, and I didn't see the chat until it was at the end. Right. Good point there, Max. That's true. They can't take our free will from us. They can trick us into, that's where the mark comes in with, the free will for that. They're going to find ways to trick you into taking it. And that's where we have to be strong, and we have to realize what it is. Could it be this shot that's coming up soon? That might be mandatory, which is a mandate, not an actual law. But I still think something has to happen because there's so many people that are unwilling to take it. There has to be something that happens that's going to convince people to take it later in the future. So that's where I think maybe a pole shift is going to come in. Something has to happen. And then that's when the Antichrist comes up and says, do this, and it's easy, and blah, blah, blah. Twisted. Twist. Betwixt. Betwixt words. No, betwixt is between. Twisted words. Twisted thoughts. Three angels warn about the mark to the world. I think we're kind of already being warned already. We're seeing it. They're putting it out there publicly, but people don't see it though. If this happened 20 years ago, everybody would be going, "Oh my goodness, 1984, Big Brother!" Blah. But now everybody's like willing to give everything away. No one can be tricked into it. Well, I think that it's going to be known, but I still think people will be tricked, be deceived. Maybe it's just the people. How do I say this? The people that are with the delusion. That would be sweet if angels flew around warning people. Okay, once they have gained through machines, through the Vatican. Okay, or maybe the Temple Mount. Life will take right. $3 giant, really? Well, one of the Antichrist, I guess, could be a fallen angel, and the fallen angels were giants and Nephilim. So yeah. And we know that the Roman Catholic religion in Rome, they're part of the big deception. We got the Pope with the fish head. Warning, not mornings. Morning. Okay, warning the people, right? Just at some point. Well, I hope that's true. We'll see when we get to Revelation. It's going to be a while before we get there, though. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow or the next day. Love you guys. Take care.